The vast majority of VW camper vans we see on the roads or at campsites started their lives as Volkswagen commercial vehicles, and they were converted by professional converters or DIY enthusiasts. But which transporter makes the best camper van? One of the companies that should know better than most is Redline. They've been in the leisure business for over 50 years. They convert their own campers and they'll help you convert yours. If I'm wanting to convert one of the kind of modern generation of VW transporters,
yep.
Do you go for a panel van? Do you go for a combi or a minibus?
There's different vans, yeah. In our opinion, the value in a combi or a caravel is already there because it's already been converted. It is already something, so you're better off if you want to convert something.
I get it.
Just start with the standard panel van. The sky's the limit with a panel van, and you've already been taken some way down the road when it's already part converted in a caravel or a combi. So leave those, just convert a panel van, in our opinion. I don't think a lot of people realise straight away that there are different spec levels of the VW Transporter. It starts with the start line, and the middle one is a trend line, and then the top model is the high line. Essentially they look the same. There are different weight ratings in the van, but the main difference is the start line is your basic entry-level van. Textured bumpers, no colour coding, no aircon, no bits and bobs. The middle one is a trend line. It does come colour coded, comes with reverse sensors and cruise control. But then the high line is multifunction steering wheel, more sound deadening, and all of the other bits and pieces. Aircon is standard.
So the higher spec you buy in the first place, the less you're going to have to add to it if you want it really
yes,
nice.
And the more desirable it is as a base vehicle. Yeah, it's also, it feels a bit more car-like, less van-like because of the sound deadening and the extra insulation in the doors.
Whichever one you go with, you may have an option of short wheelbase or long wheelbase. What sort of impact does that choice have on what you can do?
The majority that we convert are short wheelbase. If you are using it as the second vehicle, which a lot of our customers do, so they change the second car, they can go shopping, they can do a school run. It's all about, can I park comfortably in a parking space? And the short wheelbase makes that very easy. The long wheelbase, depending on what your particular weekend outdoor pursuit is, you may need the extra space, and that's when we normally will come to it and say, well, there's 6 of us and we go sailing or whatever, and we've got a lot of clobber, so we just need the extra bit of room, and that's why we would then do a long wheelbase.
So obviously the difference is the space that you get, but it doesn't prevent you or allow you to do anything particularly different with the conversion.
No, not
you just
at all.
get more room.
But there are a couple of different conversions that we do and that others do that is best suited to a long wheelbase because you need that extra room.
And what? Just give me a flavour of what that involves.
Well, for example, if you have something where the roof elevates the other way, sometimes you'll see that, and maybe you wonder why. It's probably because you've got something like a fitted toilet at the back, so you need the headroom, and you wouldn't have the fitted toilet right up behind the driver's seats, so it's done at the other end of the van. Therefore, to give you the headroom, the roof elevates the other way.
Any advice on kind of condition or mileage? Presumably the best you can get, but what I'm really getting at is how difficult can it be if you've got a van that's maybe been a builder's van and isn't the best shape that it should be?
It's all down to an individual's budget. We get that. The advice is be as new and as low a mileage as possible. It might be more difficult to fund that initially, but long term, it's going to be, you're going to be better off.
Do you find sort of common things that people do forget to check, or people come a cropper because something about the vans that they've not seen when they bought them, and then when you start to convert them you think, uh-oh.
As a converter, yes, we want to be as new as possible, because if it's got history, we're never quite sure what repair it's had, how straight it is, whether it's got a service history, bucket full of miles. But we do understand the thing about budget, but there's got to be a limit that we want you to be very happy. We don't want to compromise the conversion that we put in and have it compromised by something that's not quite right about the actual base vehicle. But if anyone's got a van and they bought it to us, we would look over it and advise accordingly.
Looking around here on your stand at the show today, it's all VWs. Why VW?
Well, it's a very good base vehicle. We can convert on other base vehicles, but in our experience, it's all about residual values. and the Volkswagen badge has an enormous following, and so it's just a no-brainer for us.
Kind of stood the test of time, hasn't it?
It has indeed, yeah, it has indeed.
We're planning over 100 videos on everything to do with every type of Volkswagen campervan, from the earliest Spitties and Bays to the latest T6s. So please consider subscribing, because it'll really help us get the channel off the ground. And then if you click on the bell icon, we'll be able to tell you when every new video is released. But most importantly, tell us the topics you want us to cover in the comments box below. Thanks for watching.